Hey Taurus, welcome to my channel. This is Venus Baby Tarot. And today I'm just going to give you a message from Spirit. So I hope you are all well. Let's go ahead and see what Spirit has in store for you. I'm hoping that it's a little more uplifting than yesterday's reading. But I do feel like messages for people who have been struggling were needing to come out. Look at that. You have the 10 of Cups. Lovely. See, this is beautiful. Like, this is beautiful because I just feel like it's kind of like this is the positive shift, right? That maybe you need. Oh, wow. There's the 10 of Swords. Okay. The Death. Look at that. The end. What am I doing? The end to the 10 of Swords. The transformation is commencing. Let's see what else Spirit has in store for you. And then you have the 4 of Wands with the card of the Self on the bottom of the deck. Actually, I want to take the Destiny too because I saw it. And I think that, you know, if I look at it, there's a reason for that. So let's go ahead and just try to get these a little straight. So Taurus, before we get in any clarifiers or anything, I'll just kind of tell you what I'm seeing here. So obviously I feel like with the 10 of Cups, this is about the dream for you, right? And I feel like there's been like a cross between these two worlds, the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Cups. You know, this can be painful endings. It can be betrayal as well. And I feel like, you know, there's just been a sort of blockage for you. Like, I get the sense that you've been on a track towards your dream. I'm looking at the turtle, so it may have been moving along a little slow. But I feel like there are aspects of the self that have been really playing out here, and you've been called to transform these things. So let's go ahead and get you some of these coffee oracle cards. And then we'll get to our clarifiers and get started with the reading. So you have romance and sweetness. That's lovely. And you have success and pride. Let's just get one more just because I feel like it. Look at that, the wheel, endings and beginnings. This is so amazing with the freedom on the bottom of the deck. So we'll put that out there too. Let's see. I think it'll fit right there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. See what I mean? See what I mean, Taurus? Like, there is a shift that's happening for you, a change in direction. I feel like you are on the way to closing out this chapter of struggle in your life. And remember, as we've talked about before, I mean, it's like when you close one struggle out, there's another one that comes around. I mean, it's just kind of part of life. But I do feel that for you, Taurus, there's been a lot of energy around transforming your life, okay? And I think that what's going to happen for you is like when you are done transforming one thing, like there's going to be another thing that comes to the surface for you, especially if you are oh, look at that. See the wheel of fortune, like especially like if you are in the early degrees of Taurus. I will say that. Okay. So then you have, look at that, the Wheel of Fortune, the 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles came out for you yesterday. You were transforming out of this 10 of Swords and 5 of Pentacles. This is just freaking amazing. 5 of Cups. All right. Let's see what else we got. Page of Wands. Okay, look at that. Fresh new energy. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Beautiful. This is great. Love it. I'm just loving. And then we have the King of Cups. Look at that with the Page of Pentacles over here on the bottom of the deck. Oh my God. And the Empress. we have to take her. The world is underneath that. I'm running out of space over here. I'm running out of space. I'm taking so many cards here. So, you know, it just is what it is. I don't even know. Can we fit all of these on this table? Sorry, I'm trying not to mess with them too much. Okay, whatever. You can see them all, hopefully. Can you see all these cards? Come on, girl. Get yourself together. Okay, all right. So anyway, these are going to be your underlying energies because these are bottom of the deck energies, right? And I feel like right here, what the underlying energy is what is going on with the self, what is going on within you, okay? This is not necessarily about your life, which it can be, but there's an internal process that you are going through right now where you are making changes and transformations, you are shifting energies, you're, you know, as we were talking about in my previous readings, like you are shifting into a new version of yourself, which means that you are shedding. Okay. And honestly, I have to say this really fast. You could have been dreaming about snakes. And I think in the cause of that would be to tell you that you are shedding. So sorry if you can hear the construction going on outside. It's a lot right now, so it's kind of loud, but my apologies for that. But I want to continue with the reading, so hopefully it's not too loud. But I feel like the reason why you're going through this shift, these cycles, you are essentially being set free from what has been binding you and, you know, making you feel tied down in your life, the blockages that you have. You're being set free from that because you are ultimately moving towards a new destined path for yourself. Because here you have the Page of Pentacles and the Empress. This is a new way or this is just like a new seed that's being planted for you, new development that is going to be happening in your life. The Empress can represent things like abundance, right? It can also represent things like having a child. I mean, you know, like for some of you, there could honestly be, you know, a pregnancy in your near future. You know, you went from being a single person on your own, just you and yourself. And, you know, now your destiny is to be a parent. Okay, so that is going to be for somebody. I feel like here, as we move into this next row here, you have the 10 of Cups, 6 of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. Like, this is truly lovely energy. It makes me feel kind of warm and fuzzy, to be honest with you. Because I feel like what is happening for you is you are starting to see with the 6 of Wands, a successful outcome in your life, or you will be in the near future. I feel like, I don't know why, I just looked over at the goddess symbol and I thought about the Empress, and I thought for some of you, you know, feminine, or just anybody really, it doesn't matter what your gender is, but you may be feeling like a goddess at this time in your life. I feel like honestly, for some of you, I am getting a message of, you could have been working on your health, or you're exercising more. You're starting to like your physique and your appearance more. And you're just feeling like a goddess in your skin, or you're just feeling really incredible, okay, right now, regardless of what your gender is. And I feel like even, I gotta say this actually, because this just came through. For some of you, if you have been exercising and you've really been working on your physique, I feel like for some of you, you may feel like a destined path for you is to become a personal trainer. So I actually wanted to say that because it did just come through for me. That's obviously not going to be for everybody, but I did just like pick up on that energy because like I feel like there's been a course correction that is happening for you. For some of you, I'm actually feeling like you're kind of getting tired of working for, you know, a company or a corporation, and you're ready to venture out on your own. You have your, you know, your dreams for yourself, and I feel like they've really changed. I'm also getting the sense too that over the last couple of years, you know, you may have been on a certain trajectory in your life where you felt like this is what you wanted to do. This is, you know, this was the path that was laid out in front of you and it felt right. And I feel like you also may be now experiencing a total change. Like all of a sudden you're like, wow, I totally want to do something else in my life. And you are really, you know, dreaming and considering like what that looks like for you. Okay. I do get the sense that this would actually be a successful outcome for you. What you are putting your energy into with this Ace of Wands, you know, this, what you are putting your creativity into, what you are motivated about, what you're feeling inspired about, I feel like you're going to see a successful outcome in that area. Okay, with this Six of Wands, you know, you are going to be receiving the achievement, the accomplishments, the accolades, the recognition, etc. Okay, that you are seeking in an area that you truly dream of. Okay, now I will say this too. I feel like also if this is, you know, if there are those of you that are in a relationship or you have just entered into a relationship, I feel like you may, how do I put this? I feel like you honestly may have really considered, like, is this really my destined path? I'm not sure. You kind of teeter a little bit about it because of some of these other energies I'm seeing. But I actually feel like this is something that is going to be very successful. It could be a very long-term committed partnership. Like, it started out as a spark, but, you know, and maybe just wanting attention, like, or just enjoying, not wanting, but enjoying the attention and enjoying the connection. But I feel like with that 10 of Cups, you know, it's kind of saying that, you know, you're going to see a successful long-term outcome in this relationship. Okay. So we move over here to the 10 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles, which I know is not like the best energy, but because it comes out with the Wheel of Fortune, to me, this is telling me that you are releasing, like you are ending something in your life. You're ending a period of feeling like you don't have enough or feeling like you aren't enough, feeling without, feeling left out, feeling abandoned, feeling financially insecure. You are transitioning out of that. And I do get the sense for some of you, it is because you are making an actual like physical transition in your life, whether it is a new career path, like we were talking about, excuse me. Sorry, I have acid reflux. So whether or not it is a, you know, a new career path for you, or you are deciding to venture out on your own and start your own business like we were talking about, because there is a transition that is going to be happening in your life, and it is taking you out of this period of feeling really drained and dragged down. The 10 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles, for me, that combination is just feeling fatigued, feeling just worn out, burnt out, just feeling completely burnt out. And I do get the sense that you are transitioning out of that. The Wheel of Fortune can also mean more abundance for you. It can be good fortune turning in your favor. It is in the center of your reading with the 6 of Wands as well. So actually, I feel like some of you, if not a lot of you, actually, because you have the Empress here and the Empress is Taurus, right? With the Page of Pentacles, I feel like a lot of you could really be seeing an increase in your finances. Some of you could actually just have like a stroke of good luck. I will say that too. Okay. Because look, you have the wheel in the wheel right here. So I do get the sense that, you know, some of you are just going to have a stroke of good luck. And I mean, I'm here for that. I don't know about you. You're just going to be feeling really good about the fact that, you know, I mean, if you enter a contest, or I don't know, you go to a casino or whatever, you could find that you know, win a little bit. So there's that. Okay. So, but don't get carried away. Don't get carried away. So, okay. So you have the Death and Rebirth. And that's what I love about this energy, is that it's not just the Death card. It actually says Rebirth on it. And I don't know, I just got this message of, I just noticed this little tree frog. So maybe look up what the tree frog means. Go look up the spiritual meaning. But anyway, like I was saying before, I feel like you have been shedding an old skin. You've been shedding an old version of yourself. You have been shedding old dreams that you once had for yourself. And I gotta tell you, like, I think that, sometimes people tend to cling to what they know because it's the most comfortable, and, tend to sometimes miss out on the things that they really want to do. And I actually have some friends who in the middle of their life completely changed careers. And actually, it ended up being the best thing that they ever did for themselves, And so that could be a message for somebody, you're shedding something that is just not working for you anymore because you don't feel like you could be yourself. You don't feel like it aligns with your true self anymore, And that's totally okay. Sometimes the abundance that we seek is when we transition to another path, okay? But you do have a rebirth that is coming. This rebirth, I feel like, is releasing you from a depressing or just a low time in your life. And this is coming up in your near future. It is releasing you from that. You may have a grief process. I mean, and we talked about this in my most recent reading, is that, we're complex humans, okay? If we move out of a home, right? We move out of a home, we can still grieve and be excited, right? We grieve our neighbors, we grieve, the community, whatever, what we had around us. Maybe it's a dog park. I don't know. We can, we can grieve that area and still be excited about, the new adventures in front of us. Okay. So that's kind of what I see with the Five of Cups and the Page of Wands. It's a complex set of emotions. You are making a transition in your life. I just keep seeing this over and over and over again. It's crazy to me how the Death card, the Judgment card, and the Phoenix card keep coming out for Taurus. It just blows me away, you guys. It blows me away because it just keeps coming up. You are making changes. And actually, I gotta be honest with you, Taurus, I feel like for some of you, you're changing everything. Everything. You are moving home, you're changing jobs, you're changing relationships, you are changing friends. I'm telling you, I feel like some of you are essentially just gonna be waking up in an entirely new, reality for yourself because everything is changing. And honestly, I feel like that looks pretty good, okay, in terms of how we're moving forward in the cards here, because you have the Four of Wands. And you actually had the Four of Wands in this position yesterday. So I feel like that's a really good energy for you, because it is telling you that, yeah, while things are transitioning and they're changing, and if you don't notice, there's a phoenix right here. That is a phoenix costume. After the Death card, I mean, of course, right? But anyway, you are going to be making this transition, but it is something to celebrate. It is something that brings stability, this Eight of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. Now, if you have been working on a skill in your life, you have been going to school, getting some sort of training, or just honing in on a skill, this can also mean that you get to, I almost said you get to celebrate this skill, but that's not what I meant to say. What I meant to say is that people could be recognizing this and you are feeling celebrated, but it actually could be both. You get to celebrate this accomplishment in your life, okay? King of Cups is ending your reading right here, and this is, where you're headed in life. You are headed to total emotional fulfillment, Taurus. That is what you're headed towards. And I also feel like, for some of you, it has to do with a romantic relationship right here. But this is also about the sweetness of life. And I will say, somebody could be giving you flowers as well, because you got the flowers card, but look at the success, pride, energy, endings and beginnings. You are closing out a painful chapter in your life. And I just love this for you. I just love this because look, the World card over here, 10 of Cups underneath that. So I think that this message was a message of hope, is what I think, because I've noticed with the Taurus readings, I was like, what is going on? Because I felt like they suddenly kind of got a little challenging, and it was actually really interesting because I had not posted readings for a little bit, and it wasn't because I wasn't trying to record them, because I did try to record a couple of readings, and like the energy, I just couldn't, like I didn't want to read that energy. And I get to make that choice, right? I didn't want to read that energy because I felt like it was just kind of dark. And I was like, what is going on with the Taurus collective? And I myself kind of dipped into a down state of mind, maybe even a little depressed. And several of my Taurus clients, I noticed the same thing. Like they were just really struggling, and emotionally, mentally, like several of my Taurus clients were having like existential crises. And I was like, what is going on with Taurus? And of course, astrologically speaking, I really understand what is going on, but it was definitely hard to read for. And so I'm really excited now to see that there's this light at the end of the tunnel that I feel like we've been talking about. I just saw there's 10:10 on the clock right now. Like, I mean, you can't get more real than that. 10:10 on the clock right now. That's wild to me, because that is really like, that is like telling you 10:10. That's the death card. Like, all of this energy, the world card over here on the bottom of the deck with the 10 of cups right here, all of this energy that is happening right now is telling you that you are reaching a endings and beginnings, the Wheel of Fortune. Sorry, I get sidetracked sometimes. You are reaching a finality, you're reaching finality in an area of your life that you have really been challenged with right now. And like I was saying in my previous reading, I totally think that Taurus is a boss. I mean, you don't mess with the bull, but that doesn't mean that we don't hit a wall at some point in our life, and it may be only in one specific area of your life, but I do feel like Taurus, you hit a wall. Like you hit a wall and you were just like, I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to do. And I think that honestly, you weren't supposed to know what to do. I think that even if you're watching tarot readings, I really think that the universe was just wanting you to sit in it, wanting you to ride it out so that you could find your power source again, so you could find hope, so you could start to dream again, so that you could see how you have the capacity. You can completely transform your life. You just needed to shed. And shedding is very uncomfortable. As an energy healer, like I know I've experienced it myself with energy healing, my own energy healing. I've experienced it with clients. Like the shedding process can be very uncomfortable because that means a lot is surfacing. The things that are hidden in the back of our subconscious are starting to come forward, and we're seeing things, and it can be a very uncomfortable process. But it's all happening so that we can process it and release it. And sometimes processing it is really just like laying in bed and pulling the covers over your head and saying, I simply just cannot right now while your psyche is working through some stuff, and that's okay. If that's where you've been, that's okay. Please give yourself some grace. Like that's just where you've been. And that doesn't mean that you're lazy or I don't know, unproductive or messed up or whatever. Like just, you were just processing, you were shedding. And like I said, some of you could be dreaming about snakes. And that is your sign that that's what you've been doing. You've been shedding. But the good news is that you are transitioning out of this phase of your life. Yes, there could be a little bit of a grief process because there's something that you're letting go of. I mean, some people, it could be a physical death in your life. Like somebody has passed on. I have to be honest about that energy right there. I mean, I really do. And I send so much love to you if that's your story, because I have been through that. I have lost many, many family members, loved ones, friends. I don't understand how one person was supposed to experience so many losses in such a short time, but the universe obviously felt like that's what was supposed to happen when Uranus entered my 8th house in 2018. So it is what it is, but I do understand grief like you would not even believe, and I am sending you so much love if that is your experience. Absolutely. But I will say for you, if that is something that you've been experiencing, you are going to be able to feel alive again, because the grief doesn't ever really go away. You just learn to live with it. I mean, it really doesn't, but you do learn to find things to be joyful about. Okay. So that message is for very few of you, of a situation that, you've had a loss. Okay. I think that for the most part, this has to do with the self. This has to do with feeling different about yourself. You're shedding an old skin and you are emerging as a brand new version of you. This is the old you. This is the brand new version of you. This brand new version of you is going to be experiencing more emotional fulfillment in your life. This is a good transition. This is a celebratory transition in your life. And I think that it is totally something to be happy about. Okay. I see that hope and faith are restored in this reading. So let's get you a closing angel message, see what your angels have in store for you. And I love that the Empress came out for you. Like, I really do, because the Empress is just breathes life into everything. And I see that. I feel like there's this energy of coming alive again, okay, for you. So, okay. So we have Serenity. That is, see what I mean? We have Serenity. We have I Am Presence. See, and this is, I feel like this is not only recognizing who the hell you are, but I feel like there is just a newfound sense of awareness about yourself, your strength. Oh my goodness, all these cards just came out. Look, faith is being restored. Your strength, your abilities, your capacity to, oh, look at that romance. See, some of you have a new romance coming in, or there is an expansion of a romance that I feel like is going to be long term. But like I was saying, here, let me just put this out. Planetary cycles and then liberations on the bottom of the deck. But like I was saying, for some of you, it is a new understanding, a new sense of awareness about yourself that you had not seen before. And it is changing the course of your destiny. Okay. So this romance right here, loving this. I mean, you have it twice. So I do feel like a lot of you have a budding romance that is happening at this time. It is going to be flourishing. Page of Pentacles, Empress, it is going to be flourishing. And I feel like that is going to restore your faith in relationships. And maybe some of you with that 10 of Cups and 10 of Swords, like I feel like some of you may not have had faith in relationships anymore after, past ones that you've been through, and just, I feel like just this overwhelming feeling of, why should I trust anybody? Because every time I've trusted anybody, they've ended up betraying me. But I feel like that mentality is being put to death for some of you. Okay. It is being transformed for some of you. Okay. Or actually, I feel like a lot of you, but I also feel like not everybody watching this reading is entering into a new relationship. So I feel like if you're already in a relationship, I feel like there could be a faith is being restored in that person that you've already been with. Okay. So we'll just leave that there. Planetary cycles came out. So yes, planetary cycles are absolutely affecting Taurus right now. This is just like a confirmation of that for you. But I feel like all of this is helping you, or all of this is happening for you to help set you free. To help set you free from the blockages that have been binding you and holding you back, restricting you, whatever. And so I feel like now you're going to be able to have hope. You're going to be able to have hope again about things really unfolding for you and getting better for you. And I love that for you, Taurus. I love that for you. So that's what I have for you. If you like my content, I really hope that you will like and subscribe. And I thank you so much. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.